Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I want to express some things. I want to share some of the experiences that recently happened and the way that I feel about them, the insights and wisdom that I have gained from those experiences. And I would like to do so. I would like to speak every word out loud and record it on camera for the highest good of myself, for the highest good of my beloved woman, the one who I know is my true love, and the highest good of all. Aho. Today is Thursday, March 23rd, at a ceremony with Ayahuasca and Magic Mushrooms on Sunday, 4 days ago. And it was a very powerful experience. It was a very joyful, liberating, beautiful experience. It was probably the most beautiful and joyful and happy experience that I've ever had in all of the ceremonies that I've ever participated in. Because that ceremony was like unpacking the gifts which all the previous ceremonies were for. And not only all of my previous ceremonies, but everybody's. And not just the ceremonies, but everything that has ever happened in the entire world. during the experience, I started releasing very powerful emotions, but I was doing it with mastery. I was doing it very skillfully. I was using my breath, awareness, and all the previous experience that I've accumulated working with the medicine and working with my own body, gaining the mastery of my body and the level of consciousness that I have, and being able to wield the power, the great power of divine that always awakens when I take medicine, and using this power for healing my body and being the medicine for myself, for my beloved woman, and everybody in the world. And in this case, during that ceremony, being the medicine for myself and all the people who were present in the ceremony, and navigating this process of alchemizing darkness into the light, alchemizing suffering into joy in a masterful way, which I have been honing, the skill, the craft that I have been honing and refining for about 7 years working with the medicine. And navigating this process of alchemy using my own voice and singing medicine songs similar to Icaros. And the way that I was doing that is being very conscious of my own body, my own feelings, and also being very aware and conscious of the energy of the entire sacred space of other people. Telepathically hearing thoughts, feeling others' feelings, having this connection of a group consciousness, and being aware that I hear other people's thoughts and I feel other people's feelings. And being responsible and very careful, skillful with the process of navigating a space of healing, space of alchemizing, being very gentle with myself and others around me, being very, very patient, very compassionate, very kind and loving, and teaching others the way of love, skillfully, patiently, kindly, with awareness. And that is the change that is happening. This is the awakening that is happening on a personal and collective level It's a paradigm shift from fear consciousness to love consciousness. It's a shift from separation consciousness into unity consciousness. It's a shift from not knowing, lies, manipulations, to truth, authenticity, humanness, and realness. And this process of alchemy requires patience, skill, mastery, self-awareness, and integrity. Requires humility. It's also a shift of power. Power that has dominated humanity for thousands of years. Toxic power that is based on fear, manipulation, domination. Shift from that power that is based on fear to power that is the power of love. And the power of love is greater than the power of fear. It empowers everybody as the power of love awakens, and it is goodness for everybody. And not just everybody, but all beings in all worlds. As the power of love awakens, we heal. Everybody heals. The entire universe heals. We all regain our power. But there's no room in this new paradigm of love, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness that humanity is awakening to. There's no room for lies and manipulations. Every single thought is accounted for. Every single thought, every single word, every single action, all the feelings, everything is accounted for. There's no one single thought that can escape Christ consciousness. All thoughts are accounted for, and that is why this process requires patience. It requires dedication, perseverance, strength, courage, devotion. And I am the master of this process. I am a teacher of the way of love. And I will continue to give people lessons as I am also being taught by the universe. I am the master, but I still continue to learn. And I am absolutely devoted to this process of awakening. This ceremony on Sunday, I was going into it expecting or planning on hoping for support in the process of my awakening, in the process of healing my trauma, suffering, darkness into the light. And I have made my intentions very clear in the form that I have filled out before going into the ceremony. And the day of the ceremony, as I have set the intentions, I made it very clear what I came to the ceremony to do, what my intention is, and that is to heal all darkness with the mastery of love. And I was hoping for support, guidance, encouragement, empowerment in this delicate and vulnerable process of healing my deepest wounds. I was going into this sacred space with the hope that people who are leading the ceremony are skilled at supporting and empowering and making sure the person who is experiencing such deep, vulnerable, delicate process of healing, that those people would create a safe space where I would feel safe to continue leaning into the to the deepest wounds, which is what I came there to do. And as this started happening, as I started to masterfully navigate the emotional realm and very gently, masterfully, delicately work with the wounds, I started experiencing very deep releases in the form of roaring, in the form of laughter, in the form of crying, tears of joy, liberation, happiness. I started experiencing real healing. And I started experiencing that I am regaining my true self, my power. I am becoming more of my true self, who I have always been. That is now being uncovered through the blockages that have been accumulated, through the blockages and trauma and old programming, fear-based programming. So as the old patterns starting to began to dissolve, and as I sat there very intentional, with my mind being centered and focused on the process of navigating the shamanic realm and skillfully guiding myself through this realm, with a song, focusing on my breath and self-awareness and being conscious of other people's feelings and thoughts, being conscious of the entire sacred space and the energy. As I started releasing, as I started leaning into deeper wounds, and as I started experiencing more powerful releases, the main guide of the ceremony began to interrupt me and tell me basically to hush hush, to dial it down, telling me that there are other people, to respect other people being present in the ceremony, to be aware of the energy, and that basically that I was being too loud, telling me to dial it down as I was experiencing the deepest healing in a very masterful and skillful way, being aware of the entire room and other people's presence, and being respectful to other people's presence and boundaries. Despite my level of mastery, I kept getting interrupted. I kept eventually I was told to go outside, and I did not want to go outside because it was cold, and I think it was already raining at that point. I wanted to stay focused in my sacred space, and I wanted to keep looking at the image of a mother wolf, who was a shamanic portal for me to stay focused and navigate the sacred shamanic realm, to keep my mind centered. My personal sacred space kept being people, 3 different people that led the ceremony kept going into my sacred space very disrespectfully. Stepping on my beautiful tapestry that I had set up with all of my sacred items that were positioned in a very mindful way, with purpose, with intention, coming into my sacred space, stepping with their dirty feet all over my beautiful sacred items, and trying to remove the image of a mother wolf touching my sacred items without asking permission, without understanding why I was looking at the mother wolf image, trying to remove that from my view. Very disrespectfully. Talking to me in a violent way, in an aggressive way, in a disrespectful way. Not knowing the basic skill of nonviolent communication, which is a requirement to lead ceremonies like that. And what I have felt is that everybody in the ceremony, which were about 10 other people, were just fine with the energy that I was navigating and the feelings that I was releasing. Not only people